How's it going, everyone? I want to talk today about how to make at least $5,000 a month online, from home, remotely. There's plenty of ways that you don't have to be in an office or any kind of regular job, but it does kind of require that to begin with. And so let's get right into it. If you're watching this, you probably want to quit your day job, and to do that comfortably, and to have room for maybe lower months, kind of want something that will get you between $4,000 and $5,000 a month in net, sales, or even gross. I mean, if you keep your expenses pretty low, which is definitely part of this, and you can probably get away with something that does 3 to 4, depending on where you live. And there are a plethora of ways to do that now. I mean, you can either do some kind of e-commerce. I mean, I know they say drop shipping's kind of dead, but that's people buy things online every day. There's plenty of ways to make some money. I mean, there's a lot of these online platforms, whatnot, eBay, Amazon. There's a lot of places where you can just list stuff that maybe you're either reselling, or maybe you have a product, maybe you make a product, maybe you have some kind of craft product that you can make. Maybe you're good with woodworking, or your 3D printer, and you can sell it on Etsy. You can go learn a lot of these platforms, and even eBay has a live system now, like whatnot. So you can get creative if you don't want to do a normal route of going and learning, some standard skill set, but you still need to know some level of how to sell something. Go work for somewhere that maybe does something similar and learn how they do it, how they create their product page, their product pictures, and everything. Learn what their process is, how they set them up when you take those pictures, or if they are selling like on a streaming type of platform, kind of understand the vibe, maybe community building. I mean, there's nothing better than building a recurring fan base of people that will keep coming back and buying again. And it is not terribly difficult to build up something pretty quickly if you really set yourself to a consistent schedule. If you go and create these products and sell them on a very consistent basis, 2-3 times a week, you just set yourself that schedule and you stick to it. I mean, eventually you will start to see results. I started doing whatnot at the end of last year, and that blew up so fast. I mean, whatnot is growing like crazy. So if you have a product that you think you can sell on one of these platforms, I mean, you could probably sell it on so many more places than you think. This is like a creative endeavor. This is for the entrepreneurs out there. You have a 3D printer, you can make some. People buy. You can even start with just the models that already exist while you're learning the CAD software, and you just use pre-existing stuff and you resell it. I mean, all you got to do is charge enough to make it worth the time and the filament to begin with, and the shipping. Make sure you cover all those costs. I think that is very Like, it's not spoken enough about how much the fees of these sites do eat into your profits. So you have to price accordingly. You want to actually make money from this, and get your stuff up there. Maybe start running some Facebook ads or Instagram ads for your product. Take some nice pictures. As long as you are making something that you are able to advertise, it is very like cut and dry. There's a process. You get, heck, make the first few, give them out for free to friends, family, whoever. Get some testimonials. Maybe ask some strangers if you need some testimonials for your type of product. Maybe if it solves something. We get paid as entrepreneurs to solve solutions to other people's problems. That is the entire scope of a business, is solving someone else's problem and getting paid for it. So if someone needs a bookshelf end that's 3D printed, that's in a cool way, like, designed, nice, that's a problem. If you have that 3D printer, and you can find or make something like that, you can solve that problem. Hey, look at that. Nice. But yeah, so if you want to make money, you can now. Like, there's a lot of money on your computer, online, and a product is going to take a little bit more upfront investment than a service. But I'm personally in like e-commerce product, and I spend the money on the product. But if you just put the right margins, sometimes you might have to put that upfront investment. If you don't have as much money, start a service business. Maybe use that service business to then work your way up to make a product. Like, sometimes you just have to, or use your day job money and really save it up for a little bit. Lift yourself up out of the bootstraps, as they say, and invest in yourself. Invest in your earning potential, and if you can find a job that will teach you those skills too, that's even better. So now, even if you're getting paid not that much, if those skills can make you way more money, that is invaluable. Your $15, $20 an hour job, or whatever, if it feels like it's not paying a lot now, who knows what those skills can translate to in the future. They could be worth so much. So you want to scale, and then you want to scale this too, because you don't want to be stuck at that amount forever. But to start, to get there, the goal is to make about 3,000 to 5,000, right? You can do that within 6 to 12 months with enough dedication and really, setting your time aside to go and sell on these platforms and make your listings and make these advertisements and everything. Or even hire out on, platforms like Fiverr. If you're not good at making copywriting and ads, someone is. And that's a good thing to train yourself with early on, that you don't want to do every single thing, especially if you can spare the expense to make it a little bit, more professional and refined by someone who is experienced at doing that. So go out there, just do something. There's a lot of creative ways to make money now. Just pick the one thing and just go. Just start doing it. Start making your product. Start providing the service. And if you have a product, find those platforms where you can sell that on a regular basis. And if you can create a recurring community fan base around it as well, that's even better. There's nothing better than basically guaranteed money every time you go to offer your product. So I hope this helps someone. If you have any tips for anyone else as well, if you're working on something yourself and something that could help someone, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys have to say, and I'll see you in the next one.